Abroad.
He is abroad.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness. Jay. Committee member. That's okay. Great. Well,
Did you hear from Paige?
he was there on Tuesday.
oh, we have a quorum, isn't it? Yeah, so.
We do.
Do it.
Always more fun with Paige, but
Should we text her and see if she?
yeah, text her and see if she's on her way. Otherwise, we'll just dive in. You guys are our only folks today. So we're all yours in a moment once we kick it off.
But we had 5 or 6 last month.
We had 5.
So you meet once a month on.
Usually the second, third.
I guess I don't have.
Days, all that
Mhm.
information.
Yeah.
And they switch the schedules around depending on holidays.
Yeah. Major thing going on. And sometimes we get August off.
Yeah, sometimes we can't take over August off because applicants have
It,
their
yeah,
applications.
it all depends on landmark.
Yeah.
What they're up to. I'll be in Ireland in August, however.
Oh, nice.
Some traumatized for like very.
I'm a lawyer, what they're traumatized.
It's very graphic, I heard.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't watch many of these cop shows.
We realize.
Yeah.
I know. I've been watching the British ones. There's going to be a little bit more gentle.
That's right.
Not so bloody.
What do you?
Yeah. Did you watch Shetland or Monica or Vera?
I remember which one we used to watch right now.
Yeah.
Mirian, she.
Yeah, like Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, that's what I used to watch growing up. Yeah, my parents loved it. She did like some murder show back, this is like the 2010, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, you know where we.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so, Jessie. Is anybody beaming in from afar or are we in?
Hey, you only have one application. So
Yeah, but
it's
is it-
Ben. I'm gonna send them the link. So give me a
Okay.
few. I'll do it real quick.
And are we recording already?
Mhm.
Yes.
Good.
Okay,
All right, we'll introduce ourselves and then we get started.
Madge Rosenberg, co-chair.
Kay Karpen, another co-chair.
Michele
Sorry.
Parker, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's
Michele Parker, committee member.
same.
And Mirian Alexandroff, I'm not yet a committee member.
New member,
Yeah.
board member.
So we're gonna dazzle her tonight and she won't be able to resist joining the committee. All right, as you know, our role is advisory first to the full board, where we'll bring our recommendation for tonight. And then whatever happens there, we'll bring it to the Landmarks Preservation Commission, either in writing or things better or and if it's necessary, will show up in person or.
And that'll be the first Tuesday of the month, and we voted on full board.
Yeah. So in June. June.
And you have your LPC date already?
Yes, it's, I believe, first week of June 7th.
Shit.
That would be the board meeting.
That's too, yeah.
Be a little, well, let's see what we do with you and then we'll know.
The second Tuesday is the 11th. Did I get that right? We said June 7th.
If you hold on a second,
Yeah.
I'll double check one second.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay,
Okay, Ben, you actually got a notification, so I just resent it. So it should be on the top of your email.
who's doing the resolution?
Yeah.
Okay, Thank you, Jay.
I would say welcome, but I didn't have a choice.
She made you.
But that's okay.
Much better having a lawyer do the resolution
Think so?
than a preacher. What do I know?
You lawyers, profession.
More and more, well.
Okay. And paid to the architect.
I'm a preservationist.
Yeah. Staunch,
Launch, yeah.
yeah. Change is a four-letter word.
I am also an architect. So
Ah,
yeah.
that's why we need you. Need that level of expertise.
I heard very fondly spoken of.
Yeah, the giddy. I think he got to be a lot for him.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. Good guy though.
So there's so many emails back and forth.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, take your time. You know, like we say, we're all yours, so.
Yeah,
When I was part of the committee, we had 3 architects. And the professional preservation.
wow. Peter Page. Gabby.
Page was,
With paint on it back then, or?
Ping was on it,
Okay.
Gabby
Gabby,
was
yeah.
on it. Peter, and June 4th, nobody.
June 4th.
Yes.
That's be the full board meeting, that's sort of gonna be.
Nisha.
Right, Nisha.
Me too.
June 4.
I've known her for 40 years or so.
We had
Oh, God.
And June 4 is.
real estate.
Okay, we'll work that out. We might have to send LPC the committee resolution. Send the full board resolution. Okay,
So are we good?
Yep.
See what we have to do. Do we need to join? Do we need to join audio on the screen? All the stackers.
The audio is already on.
Okay, well then I'll ignore that.
So what does the presenter have to do at this point? How does he get in?
They have to share, so instructions were that they would have to bring their own device and share their presentation from their laptop. So I
So-
just resent the notification. Alex had sent them a notification to invite them to the meeting, and I just resent
Yeah.
another one, so it's at the top of their email.
Okay. All right, so then hopefully you can join, you can share screen. And then we'll
Ben's
see.
the one that's sharing the presentation, right? Okay, I'll be right out there.
He does. We're getting there.
I have no idea what's going on.
I previously worked over a couple of weeks back, and I left in December. And now I'm myself, I also a to be professor at Keene University. So,
You almost
at
got-
Keene University, it's a public university in New Jersey. They started an internship program just under 10 years ago, so. I already did
What's the name of the school?
Keene, it's in Union, New Jersey. It's one of, I think, like 2 public programs in architecture, I'm not sure.
You're in the program now, or you don't?
I'm gonna be teaching in the fall, so I was doing background checks and paperwork today. for it. Yeah,
so you teach a specific.
I'm teaching that kind of thing in design studio, for seniors.
Wow. So you're gonna be on this committee and the housing.
I mean.
Just saying.
I also, I don't know, maybe it's fun to try something different.
Yeah.
But that also seems like a very tense one from what I've heard, so maybe.
Which one?
Transformation, I've heard it's together, yeah, that's, you're all gonna need a lot. Okay, maybe I don't need transportation.
You're much younger than us.
They have all the good fights, so
Is
we
this
like that.
parking, is this where it's?
Oh,
Yeah.
parking.
Is that why? Okay.
No parking, that's why.
Oh, yeah, bikes.
We have the bike.
The bike lane.
Have 3 and some people do all 3, so you know, when you wear your that 3 in hand, you make the bikes and the cars.
I'm surprised. there wasn't.
I don't know. That was maybe. I don't think so.
I'm on. for-
Oh, you are?
much to the
Oh, that was-
conversation.
Very important. Is that right? Yeah. I'm not sure they haven't identified like where there's openings yet, so.
Ah,
I see we're ready to go.
I think we are. So please tell us your names and
I'm Benjamin John, I'm the registered architect with the
Okay.
project. The project for today is that we got approved from the landmark before, but after construction, we made some mistake and tried to legalize as we can.
Can you just pick up just a little?
Right, okay. So we tried to legalize our mistake on the construction. Something out of control, and then now we have to fix it. Actually, landmark issues violations regarding something non-conforming the drawing. And then we have to try to legalize as much as we can, and then if it's not acceptable, we have to fix it. But something is like some very hardship for us, so let me explain you the screen here. That's our building, the red brick facade.
I apologize for interrupting, but I just want to understand the process.
Right.
You said you were approved.
Yeah, we
That's
got
it.
a landmark permit, yes.
Okay, so when you did the work,
Right,
did you not do it according to?
right.
Specific, can you be a little specific about that?
It's something like a,
Because there are
is it,
three
there
aspects.
legalization in the tile on the right side, the bottom? Legalization of replace
replace the front door.
front door, front facade window,
Okay,
and then granite clads at the stoop, like there's a step, like 8 or 9 steps in front. They replace the granite, and then rear facade, they actually increase a little bit more because of some difficulty. I will explain you later. So we go one by one.
okay.
Here.
And so we need legalization on each of these points.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you were originally approved for all three
To do something.
renovations, right?
Right,
And the reason that we're here now is because they were done, but not in conformity to the approval by LPC.
right.
We see you prove your front door.
No, they actually replaced it because it's too old and then the owner's situation is like
But
they
the
want.
original, did LPC ever consider the front door?
No, we didn't even propose to replace.
So what did LPC approve initially?
Just as it is, we're not touching anything. That's how we propose for the door.
But the door, you replaced the door with what's there now, because that's a very odd door, it's there.
Right.
And LPC says that door is
Not appropriate.
can you show a close-up with
Well,
that?
what- yeah,
let's-
let me take us through the presentation.
Right.
Closely.
So the picture, front facade. Where's the front facade? Oh, this. You see this door and the stoop here. For like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the landing.
So wait a minute,
Step.
that's the student, that's the front door.
That's the front
Yeah,
door.
that's the front door. This is this is our building, like a red brick.
Yeah.
This is the one, then I zoom in over here, replace door and stoop here.
Okay,
That one on the right is the door the way it is now.
Right,
And that was never approved by,
right.
was a door being replaced ever submitted to LPC?
Right,
Right, what? Yes?
right.
or
No, we didn't propose,
Okay, so LPC never reviewed
never
the
reviewed.
door replacement.
So that's not a legalization, that's a new application, isn't it?
well, no.
Well, no, they did it.
So it's a legalization.
Oh, duh, of course.
Well, they replaced, so and I apologize if but I wanted this to be absolutely clear. The current front door on the right
Mhm.
was is the new door that you replaced, right? That was never reviewed by LPC.
Never.
Okay.
We're proposing that.
And so when with the,
Proposing that door.
Yes.
they have an illegally installed front door. They're asking us to legalize.
okay, and that's what it was like before, the one with all the notices on it, that's what the
Yes,
on the left, that's what it was, okay.
And I just asked a question, who is the other gentleman?
I'm Elliot Bogart, sorry, I didn't introduce myself.
Are you the owner?
Yes, I'm the
Oh, okay.
owner. And I was here about 4 years ago, I came in person and we got approved. But we could not know at the time when we start demolition and construction and that plastic door, very old door. Maybe
So we're
30
doing-
years old door.
Over there,
Like
like
a plastic, not the
left
glass.
side, the bottom, that
That's
wood,
plastic.
Yeah, it was plastic door that
Yeah,
completely,
that one is.
was detached and broke,
Uh-huh.
literally in our hands, because it was,
And that's not the original
it's
door.
not original door, the LBC told us, even though it has this, ornament on top, made in 90s, 80s, it's not original, it's not 100 or 80 years old, it's about 20, 30 years old, but in such a bad shape that it was literally broken in our hands when we started demolition.
You say it came before the community board?
Yes, 4 years ago. 4 years ago,
And the door that's currently there, you're saying was approved?
the door that was.
It's not a question.
We told not to touch that door because.
Okay, so we've never reviewed the door.
Yes, it was said,
Got it.
and told that we wouldn't touch that door.
Okay.
But when it came to it, it's literally broken our hands because it was 34 years old and it was plastic, not glass, and so not thermal, not safety, and it was really
A mess.
a
Yeah.
mess. That's what happened.
But you
So-
asked.
But you left it there. At the time, you didn't come to us to approve the new door.
Right,
Okay, so nobody's.
until they got into the construction, they didn't think about the door, then they
Gotcha.
had to think about the door because it was falling apart.
Okay,
Okay, and
So that-
so, great,
to sum up, modern door that's there now was installed without anybody's approval.
Yeah.
Community board approval, LPC approval, EOB approval, nobody.
Nobody.
Okay, gotcha.
Not even
That's
the
the
library.
door. That's the door.
Library
That's,
didn't approve the.
And then you see the stair in the front, that is gonna replace the. Hopefully, new work.
could you point it out?
So, yeah,
These steps,
those steps. And they're granite,
Ibrahim.
okay, and they were granite before,
Like a stone, like, I attach also like the lever, the same,
Yeah,
pictures.
okay,
You see,
what's wrong? What's wrong with it?
Let's go like, this is our neighbors, it's like a stone, it's something like, like this.
Yeah. But, okay,
Okay, so the granite steps are new.
Right.
They also were not approved.
Yes, what happened with the stoop, it just fell down because it was standing on the two metal sticks. It
Yeah.
ended up.
and
falling
bad
down.
support underneath, right?
Yeah, bad support, it fell through completely, so.
Yeah.
We had no choice but to put exactly 4 steps and put granite on top of that.
Okay,
Is the railing any different from what?
No, railing, we left exactly the same, the railing wasn't in good shape, so we left it just.
there's railings on both sides.
Yes, on both sides, metal, black railing, nothing changed.
Okay.
right, so I don't think steps are much of an issue, they look like steps,
Granite steps.
And the light was okay.
A light,
The light, yeah.
the light was on the right side, so it's still the same, nothing really changed on the light.
okay. All right, so the doors,
Probably, we're gonna follow the guideline, maybe a landmark later, but they don't issue about a light here. So we're gonna just, follow as they approve
Of course.
later on. So they issue today is like, the entrance door itself and then the stoop.
Okay.
So that's what we.
Yeah, which we have, we're dealing with three parts, the door, the steps, and the increase in the height of the
Right.
rear addition.
Okay. All right, so
I'm having a hard time seeing how the old, it's my issue. I can't see how the old door, the new door looks bigger than the old door. Did you
It does,
change the
I
frame?
No, the
We didn't
size,
change it.
the
It's exactly
opening
the
exactly the same, even transom, we
The
choose
transom is the same size.
exactly the same size transom, everything is the same.
And the
Nothing,
stone,
only, the ornament, the flash ornament is missing, so we simple, door, black and glass, that's all it is.
and the stonework wasn't affected.
Stonework, we didn't do any stonework.
and did the landmark staff give you any indication of what would make them happy about that door?
We asked them,
They
should
want
we
to-
put ornaments
Or
on
would
the
do?
It kind of.
It was- Yeah, because that's what the building,
Right.
when the building was built, they had a wooden. door.
Probably back then.
Originally, but it was, I think it's a legal one, but, they wanted, like, if you have to legalize it, you can't legalize it, you have to put a wood. They said, maybe.
How did you pick this door?
So what we did is we had a designer on the project, and so when it should qualify for the energy code. Energy code in New York, it's a big thing now.
Yeah.
It has to comply. So he told us it has to be double pane, solid glass door, energy code, so check. And so, heavy duty safety is important part. It's metal, very heavy. It took, we paid $1,500 to bring it from San Antonio, Texas. $1,500 to ship it here. I don't want to tell you the cost of the actual door. So that's the,
Yeah.
But it really doesn't look like a door that was originally in that building.
yes,
Oh,
and
What?
it is replaced.
Can I address a minute, was it painted when you took it over also?
It was the old door.
No, that was the old.
No, we didn't paint, it was already manufactured and, resembled, our old door, that's why it was bought, so.
Okay.
Can I know that the two windows to the right of the door, which I don't think are a part of this application. With the photo on the left, are there grills on those two windows?
Yeah,
No, that's the old picture. So when you approved us for windows and you approved us for every window in the building, that was the presentation. And we brought you that old picture, and this is a new picture. Now it's all brand new.
So the windows were approved?
Yes, you approved us for everything. So it's good.
One thing about a window is on another issue here from the landmark. The window itself was fine as we, like, the window that we are really fine, but. We have one issue here, because. We have to put a brick molding around,
Yeah,
and then we supposed to put, contractor supposed to put like a little bit recess to back, maybe a little bit more, maybe about a 2 inch more. They put something too much like the front end of it is almost flat. Now you see like only about a 1 inch gap here to install the wood molding and the brick molding. So now this is kind of a headache for us. And maybe we have to take a recess a little bit. Or maybe we can give allow like a half inches gap, and then maybe we can squeeze in this maybe this thing window frame, and it's gonna be very almost like a flush with the facade elevate facade like a ladder it's not recessed at all, but maybe hopefully it's acceptable or like a little bit smaller brick molding.
but the windows aren't before us.
Windows approved before. We have a little bit bigger window. 2 inch like that, supposed to put it.
Well, are you suggesting that the windows that we approved
Yeah,
and that landmarks approved aren't gonna work? I mean, you're not gonna get yourself into the same situation again where you install something that wasn't approved.
it was approved, both approved. But problem is a little bit bigger, so that we need some space for the molding around it. But actually the window is bigger, a little bit, maybe about 1 inch.
So are you gonna go back to landmarks to get that problem?
They said, they came and they said beautiful windows. We love the windows. You're missing brick molding
Okay.
around, and it should be neo-Georgian moldings. So, and Ben is saying that even if we put neo-Georgian moldings, we will be a little off, right? But that's what's missing now. We talk
But you
now
still
about
have to work that
the
out.
windows are perfect, as I said, except we gotta put the moldings on top. And we're trying to put them, and they're not fitting.
So what are you gonna do?
We have to order small molding.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, well, we're not dealing with, I don't wanna take all the time with the window.
But I just have to try to explain the situation right now. Actually, you see, this one 2.5 inches like the molding. And then another 2.5 inch space. Supposed to be end up here, assuming that the molding starting from here, maybe 2.5 inches, another 2.5 inches the wood frame, I mean the window frame, and then this is like a window, like a overall window. Yeah, so actually, from here, it's supposed to stop here at 2.5 inches, and then another 2.5 inches to here, and then window. But we have situation right now, we have a cover most of the frame right now. So this space, like a little frame space is missing, because it is a little bit bigger. And it's fine, but try to legalize without this space.
Well, again,
Right.
I mean, this isn't part of our application, so
So they said I have to present here, so I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so do they want us to vote on the windows?
We try to. We have to fix it no matter what.
You have to fix it.
So we have to get their guideline, but I just have. to
they can
ask
probably do that.
Maybe
Staff.
staff.
They can do that.
Right,
staff.
okay, so it's.
That would be great.
Yeah.
We're all for it, whatever.
Whatever. Okay, so we dealt with the door and we dealt with the front.
With
step.
that.
But is everybody okay with what the door looks like?
We haven't voted.
Okay.
I said, we're done with the three.
We understand.
No.
We understand this.
Do you
Yeah.
do or initially? That's the one thing I don't.
Yeah, the
I'm
tax
sorry,
photo.
The like original 19.
Oh, you have that, yeah,
Yeah.
let's the tax photo back up, and maybe we can.
Must see the 1940s tax photo.
Yeah, well,
Oh, there you go.
You can't really see the
Yeah,
door.
It's the
Looks like
angle
the door
of-
might be open.
Oh, there's a 1980s tax.
Well, the
photo.
one
That
thing,
doesn't-
the one thing that we can be sure of is that the original door looked nothing like the door that you have there now,
Yeah, I'm interested. in
which
looking
is a
at this.
modern.
Very modern.
Oh,
Yeah. great.
It looks like it was, if that photo on the right, the 1980 tax photo, that was the original door in 1980.
That's the only two pictures we ever found. of the
That looks, it was probably looks like a solid wooden door.
I mean, a glass door back then would have been too drafty, so it wouldn't have been able. I'm assuming they would not have had one.
I mean, most,
Right.
most
It's what-
Right.
these buildings were built, most of the doors were either solid wood, or some of them might have had a small glass transom, or a small, some of them had side lights.
But
But
fully
not,
glass.
okay, let's go to the back.
Okay,
The other buildings on the block doors, the original doors.
Probably Google and say
Yeah.
nearby it.
Okay. Right, so next one and most important for us is. Okay, this. This is our building. And you see the lintel, top lintel, and then roof level is all matched with our neighbor.
Yeah.
And then, we. This was roof level, like you see these two outline that we removed the roof. This slope like this.
Okay.
And then we increase the height because I show you in the survey that it's horrible in the example, like from here to sloping down there, if we remove this with neighbor, we sharing the wall here. So the contractor, we supposed like put a floor here on the all the way bottom to the floor. But the contractor put a floor in here with the, based on they work with the structure engineer, they have to put some beam on top of it, and then something going on. And then we put a beam in here in this level. So the floor is getting higher like this. So,
The floor got not higher, but not.
Higher enough
so
to make one
what
line.
happened, we end up like this for after construction. Right. See, survey showing this is polywall, and this is our neighbor. See, this is a little about 1 foot higher, and then about 4 foot higher parapet.
So it's 36 inches, they have to straighten up because it was a roof, but it was straightened in one line. Every roof in New York built to the angle, so it can be drained in the back. So what they did is they put the angle to straighten it up. You allowed us to build one more floor, and so engineer may put a beam. It needs to put a beam on the top of the roof in order to support the weight of the top floor. So it was engineered and done like this, but there was no way to make that beam disappear. The beam has to be in on top of the roof. So that's, and LPC says this is 36 inches. Because of that beam, we are missing, it came on top of the next door roof, but there was no way to do it differently.
So they're
That
upset
was the only-
because the roof line is different than your neighbor.
Yes, exactly. So in front. the roof
Well,
is
you also
36
put
inches high.
you put another floor on there.
Yes, they allowed us to put. It was.
Did we approve the rooftop addition
Yeah.
and LPC approved the
Yeah.
rooftop?
Hold on. 18 ceilings, and that's it. We measured and it's exactly.
So we approved it, they approved it, but you built it, you added,
Because of the beam, it's a little higher.
what's a little?
36 inch.
36 inches, that's 3 feet.
Yeah, because as I explained, we have to sort of being here on the floor.
No, I understand.
Right.
So the end result is you built it 36 inches higher.
Not the building did not come higher.
Okay. that's-
Yes, exactly. So the angle of the roof was on one side 36 inches higher, in the back it was lower because of the angle for the drain. So what they did is they put beam on top, and because of this thing, we have to put brick.
So you lined up,
So
not
that was basically lined up, straightened it up. Yes, and then
Okay.
the floor was put on the straight line, on the straight piece.
So the ultimate height of the rooftop addition,
We did not make it any higher.
it's not high.
Exactly the same. what was important for our neighbors, not to cover windows, not to be
Right.
visible from the street, so.
That's important. as well. Visibility.
Tall is that floor, not the top floor, but the one we level. How tall is it now?
So it's exactly 8 feet ceilings on top floor. And it sits on a straight line. So.
Now, the one,
And this floor
the
also,
top floor.
yeah, not the top, that's the new top floor, the one underneath where we put the beam.
Top floor is same height as 8 floors, but third floor is raised, so it's little lower than.
raised all the way along or raised in the front?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be, this whole thing supposed to be a little bit down, but because the rate is going to.
So the ultimate height is higher.
Right, as much as we lift the. But
Well,
it's
and-
still not visible from the street,
But you have to say, but on front, you cannot.
Right,
do-
front, yeah, we fixed the front
You cannot
elevation.
touch from the only
Fix
side,
the front
the one
elevation.
up the beam.
But the rear side is like lower, so we increased the.
Yeah, we the round, but you didn't anticipate that when you originally made the plan?
We actually proposed like something like put like 4 joists to input embedded to the brick wall. We assumed that. And then after structural analysis, after like a structural review, and then they
One thing is a roof, you find with the roof being with the drain, but another thing, you have your entire floor, not straight, but your kids going, your dogs going to the angle, you know, it's not.
I understand the problem.
You have to angle the top floor, that's the only way to do it, and the engineer said, that's how it's done in New York, you have to. It was a roof, it becomes a floor, so you have to straighten up.
I think we understand the problem.
Yeah, Fred, maybe we should investigate in the future of these rooftop additions and stuff like that.
It's not in the same.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously it makes sense. If you have a roof and the roof is slightly slanted and it has to be the same in every roof.
I agree with you.
But all they're doing is straightening out to make it a straight floor.
But what I LTC,
So in a
they
way-
show us old picture and here is a new picture, and the beam shows a little higher in the back. So that's how-
Happens, there are a lot of slab roofs that become straight roofs, so
That's how
I'm
we
a
do
little
it.
confused why all of a sudden.
They
this
think
is
it's
like
the
a
most
detail.
important item, right, so.
They think this is more important than the door.
Yeah, that's what the important thing.
Trying to get inside. No, I'm not inside.
No, I think, Madge logically is right. Every time you put a rooftop addition on a slanted roof, you have to account for the slant to make a straight floor.
Otherwise, your dogs and your kids are gonna slide.
Why is this?
Why is this?
So
why
what,
is this
what
not
is
different
the, what is the effect of
They
this?
never told us a solution, nobody complained, nobody sees it except the LTC,
Explain,
presented on.
explain to me again this business
Well,
with the beam.
So we needed to come, the beam has to be on top of the roof.
On top of the old
On
roof,
the old roof,
right,
exactly.
to provide additional
Support for the top.
Right,
floor.
okay, I get that,
So it cannot be like this, it has to be like.
right,
And we have, our front is, the point of the level is front of the building, not the back.
right.
But are you saying that
We
This-
cannot touch facade.
you had a different
to-
structure?
Because facade is important.
No, I
Structural plan and then during construction,
No,
you had to abandon it, so then how did it structure under it's not the
I'm
same?
not, I'm an architect, and then there we have like a MEP engineer structure engineer. After that, we just, in the same place, maybe we embedded a C joist so that there's no change, but I will assume that and draw something like that and get a approval, like a community board and MR. And then after that, the structural engineer came down and then they checked all the structural stability and then.
They said you can't do it that way.
So, and then if that happened like that, and it comes up like that.
But it seems to me the only reason that landmarks would care
Right.
is if it raised the
Yeah.
overall height.
And it didn't, and we have three plans, one is architectural plan, another is mechanical, and one is structural.
You have
So
to just
when we came with the for approvals with the architectural plans, it's one thing. When our engineer says this is how it's supposed to be because of the engineering, because of the structural stability, this is your structural plan. So everything signed off by DOB, everything is signed off by architects, engineer, and now mechanical plan. So the beam comes and it sits on the roof, so it's already higher than the next door building. And so we have to put brick in the back to cover. And this line comes higher. Nothing we can do with the line. The brick is buried there in it. And they said you have to explain it to the board.
So there, but,
Sideways, so you can see the.
but there has to be an increase in height.
Side view.
No, not because of the front point of the building. The front facade, we use it as a main, as a point of the height of
So
the
the-
building. We did not increase the original height.
Right.
So from the front of the building,
The road is perfect.
And then
In the back, in the back,
So
because of the angle of the beam, to level it up,
that's where the increase in the height is. That's
only
just
to
that,
and it's not.
Wow.
So,
like this.
Yeah.
This space, okay.
And some roof retention, be more higher by the code for retaining the storm drains.
and then you have to consider the drainage.
Right, so a little bit more higher.
But what would landmarks, what would you do if you didn't level it?
you cannot build if you don't have a beam, if you don't put support, enough support, you don't put top floor.
Okay, so they're mad because you didn't go back to them after you get the structural report and say, hey, look, why didn't we try to?
If we would show them the mechanical and structural, they understand. But
Yeah.
we came to the board to say, this is.
I think we have to understand that part.
That's
Um,
how it became.
Now, what got you on their radar? Was it the front doors, you think?
They came for inspection and they said, you did a perfect job, we built for 2 years. It was a big job.
Yeah.
So we did, it was 9 apartments inside,
Oh.
and now it's 1 apartment. So we
One
built
family,
elevator, yes, it's.
an elevator,
Yes.
shaft, right?
No, the shop
Built the
was,
shaft.
we built the shop, so it's a big job.
You spent a lot of money on it.
They love everything except those 3
Those 3 things, got it. Okay, yeah. It's hard making these, I mean, I live in an old brownstone.
Okay,
Uh,
let's talk about one thing at a time.
Great, okay, so I think, do we understand the whole, everything, right?
Yeah.
To the extent, okay,
I don't have a problem with the granite steps.
okay, let's vote on the granite steps, so all in favor of the granite steps.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you are, you're a non-committee, yeah, you vote second.
Because you're not on. the-
Okay. It does count, but it doesn't count with our.
Board member.
Okay.
Be a non. board member.
So with the first vote, you want to do the steps.
Steps.
So the steps, the steps were moving 4 to 0 to 0 to 0.
Correct.
4 to 0 to 0, you're right. And
And
non-committee is,
non-committee member,
thank you, 1 to 0.
to 0. Okay, so we're good on the steps. What do you want to do next?
The back.
Yeah.
But that's the other easy one, maybe. I understand,
The back.
yeah, I mean, I'm okay with this.
Show us quickly at the drainage now for the back.
You know, also I have a one more question.
Well, the drainage is no longer on the part that's been raised,
Right.
because that was a roof, now it's a floor.
Right,
So the drainage, so
It's higher about from the finished level, so it's even higher than we released. So. Like if this is like a floor, maybe 10 to 12 inches higher, the brick we step more.
on the top, new top
Yeah,
floor.
in the
Yeah,
back,
because we have to put in the water for the, the flood into the
Right.
city. So we have even more, even higher than.
I'm sorry, Madge, you had a question.
I just wanted to see one view of the side where we can see the whole height of the building. And in different.
Maybe-
doors. That's what
maybe-
you sent to us. In a drawing or a photo.
Is
So
it-
you want a rear elevation?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, do we have any photos of the
Right, right,
rear
we do.
fleet?
Maybe that. would be good enough.
This is-
Yeah, maybe that'll do it. Okay, so the dotted line.
This is entire.
Oh, okay, that's pretty fun.
Hey,
But the reason why I didn't recommend is we can see this
Yeah.
other, this is. But this is the entire view of the,
Okay.
real elevation.
so the overall height is the same.
Yes, exactly what you approved us for.
Okay.
The ceilings and then the roof up. That's it.
Okay. And the drainage is working.
You
haven't-
There's also very strict codes on that, so the energy codes for the roof now are incredibly strict. They have a lot of. If they got a group for it. I assume they-
Okay, so. Yeah,
The
Yeah.
door.
who likes the roof? Yeah, let's vote on the roof. Or the rear.
Did you vote yet?
We didn't vote yet.
The
Did you
rear.
record our vote check?
I don't think we
We
voted.
didn't vote.
No,
This is the picture for how we increase a little bit to contain the water.
Yeah, look, Sean,
Right.
look at that. That's really nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That's nice. And you have access, I guess, to that?
Yes.
We'll
If you want
we'll come over for a barbecue.
okay.
Great, okay, so
Rear,
on the rear issue,
all in favor.
I'm in favor. Okay,
Same boat. Miriam,
And then,
Miriam loves it, yeah.
okay, great. Okay.
now the fun.
Now the front door. Can we see a picture?
Oh, let's go to the
Front
front.
door.
Whose idea was this front door?
You know,
Paige
our,
is not gonna go for it.
our designer said to look at this door that we had,
Mhm,
and so it's exactly the same frame, same size, same
Got it.
transom.
Got it.
So the only thing, there is no ornament, which is metal leaves,
Right.
and there is.
All
they
the
don't
stuff
make
that they-
those anymore.
historically
They made it in eighties and nineties, all those metal leaves.
So they don't make metal leaves.
I like modern with old. So this,
I do too, but not in this case.
what bothered you about it? It was like an office.
It doesn't
A
go with the
medical
building.
office.
Doesn't,
Right.
I went by there today. And that's the first thing that hit me was that door. In relation to the rest of the building and in relation to the other building next door, there's a super modern building, a couple of buildings down.
Oh, yes.
It's very-
Yeah, that,
When you-
that block is, yeah.
So it's a real mix. But
I have a friend who owned this building, it's 244. And it had, I think those are maybe the original doors, that, this is a few doors down towards Broadway. And it does have glass, but that's wood with
Oh,
glass.
that's nice.
I'm surprised that we agreed from windows.
That's your neighbor to the,
Yeah.
to the east.
We're putting later security.
It depends, some of them are and some of them aren't.
I don't think generally in this area, I don't know much.
Just in case I took
Yeah,
a
well,
picture, the neighbors around the block.
Uh-huh.
I can-
Even
Okay,
at
yeah,
that-
This is our
That
next building.
education- okay.
You see the.
Yeah,
The original.
The next building,
And then maybe after full back building, like a small, like a, similar house like this.
Yeah.
Actually, the condition is bad. Yeah, I don't know.
okay, yeah.
And here. It looks like a metal, but the. Frame.
Oh,
This.
Well, that's not too different from here.
244.
Is that the same size you think as your door?
the door looks
Oh,
much
so it
like
is metal one. Cause
I think that's just.
that's
The frame seems thinner.
This one, I mean.
It's just-
It's somewhat, that's the angle.
Oh, there's a one wood door.
What is that you guys are looking at?
We're looking at the doors on
Some
the
doors
street.
down the street.
Like,
They
There's
appear
a-
not to be
Two
consistent.
door like this. And
What
then
was this one?
It's 20 years ago. And 1902,
Okay,
1902, 122 years ago.
A lot of buildings went up right behind them. I don't know what to do with this door.
Well, just, and Miriam, just so you know, we see a lot of these legalization issues where people have done things without ever going to us or LPC, and we're supposed to treat it as if it were the original application, and ostensibly at least not penalize people who have done the work without authorization, and LPC does the same now.
Yes, they took a, they,
With
yeah,
the-
the idea is to take a fresh look at this. If they came to us and said, hey, how about this door?
Originally, with- I mean, the operative word there is ostensibly, we're not supposed to consider, but sometimes. Well, you know, frankly, I agree with Madge. I don't, you know, just taking it by itself. I don't see how the design of this door is appropriate to this historical building. I just don't. It's a very modern, it's kind of a modern interpretation.
And from,
I just don't get it.
and from the photograph, it doesn't look as wide and as contradictory as it does when you walk past it.
Well, they didn't widen,
They
didn't widen the
widen
opening.
it, They didn't widen it, but
Oh,
it's
so-
how narrow. or-
Well, it's the design, the design looks wider
Especially
than the
the
original,
transoms.
because the frame is narrower.
Revising it so to make it presentable, widescreen here. But actually, it's not very wide.
it's like.
It's a nice door, but I don't think it's.
Yeah.
appropriate.
Are you selling the building?
Yes.
Okay, I see the for sale sign.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Are we allowed to ask the price?
No.
If you want to bid.
I can go online.
You can go online, it's fine.
No, it's a lot.
I could get, yeah.
I'm sure it's.
Single family home now, and it was built as a single. family home.
Original.
All of these properties were built as single.
Some buildings have shafts.
All right, not us.
Okay, so let's get to the door.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't, I'm good with modern and old, but somehow this one doesn't fit.
Can I just ask you for your votes, what if we put ornaments, glass ornaments, metal on glass, just like we had.
We put back the old metal frame.
Have this, like we have.
I mean, that would make it look like a condition at the time of designation, so I don't think, I mean, we might not like it any better than this, but I don't see how LPC would give you a problem with it.
Because I'll tell you what we did. This was violation. If you remember this metal, you told us the fence has to go, we got rid of fence. Now we will get rid of the metal door. You tell us put wood door, and there is no security, no energy code, no, maybe we'll find something. But the metal, we are in New York and it's much safer.
No, I don't think anybody is suggesting that you have to replace it with a wood door.
Right.
There have been a lot of metal,
But we have
Yeah.
that
but it's the
ornament
design.
that we can put it on. If you think it's the empty glass and it's too modern, we put same
Yeah, the
same
top,
texture, yeah, on the top.
I think if you added ornament that was similar to what there was at the time of designation,
We're talking about a door like this one right here, right?
Right, just like we had before we bought.
Replace that.
The ornamentation.
Yes,
yeah,
that
you
ornament.
can laminate or whatever with the not plastic, but the metal,
It's a
I mean,
metal.
I
like it, but
I don't know how you can do that with the
Yeah.
existing door. You'd have to do a different door. You can't just slap you know, some ornamentation onto that door.
You can't, and it's like, that's.
The door looks almost 100% like the one it was before. So it was all glass except the ornament.
So this was glass and it had over the top.
Yeah, it comes to that one.
That's what it was.
Unfortunately, that's the picture that we could,
Yeah, same size trans, if you see.
So is that the door or is that like
That's the one
is it a guard on top of the actual door?
That's a metal guard on top of glass.
So you don't.
So
have a
the door is all
even
glass.
the neighbor has glass behind it with the.
Yeah, yeah, it's an overlay of whatever it is, wrought iron
Yeah.
So is that what you were asking?
on top of the glass.
So is that what you were asking?
Yes, if you put
we did the same thing.
Ornament and it doesn't look as modern, we just use that kind of flowers and metal. If you don't like the plain modern look, it's
So you put something over the door that you have now.
yes, to put it on top of the glass, it's for safety and the.
What are you gonna do with
the classic look?
Are the divided lights on that door now on top of the glass?
Oh, you mean the double pane glass? That's all it is. It's a double pane because of the energy.
Yeah, but is it one
So one
piece of glass?
No,
No,
it's
Eight.
1, 2, 3, 8.
Yeah, so how you
And
gonna put,
we would put it between the metal, between
You
those
would
metal.
affix it to the metal,
Yes. we attach it to
kind
the
of like
metal.
what they did
No.
over there.
Yeah, they did it exactly what, that's how it was before. It also wasn't a single piece door.
But that's, the divided lights are really divided, they're not.
the divided lights, that's my point.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to see it.
Come back again.
I think,
You can take it. If, I don't. Madge obviously wouldn't vote to approve it. I'm not gonna vote to approve
We
it.
need the,
Michelle's not gonna vote to approve it. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that landmarks,
right.
you know, we're advisory.
But can we come back with the ornament? That's the question.
Well, you can come back. The question is your timing.
Oh, we should come back to you or to LPC only?
Well,
I would go to LPC staff and say, look, we got this door, there are reasons why we installed this door. Here's the condition at the time of designation.
Mhm.
What if we
Reproduce that.
reproduce that? I mean, and I don't see how
Well,
they get to quarrel with it.
to be fair, you know, we're advisory. If we disapprove it, that doesn't mean it won't be approved at LPC.
Correct.
Oh, I see.
It looks like they want me to put another wood door in front of.
And
But
nothing,
that's a
Looks like
safety issue.
it. Yeah, we just,
Who
you know,
does?
it's a conversation with the inspector, what's wrong, and
Uh-huh.
maybe we're gonna put up maybe wood door.
That's what Dino made, not them.
Landmark inspect.
Oh, I
Because
see.
they're the original examiner and then the inspector
Got it.
came together, we met together. But it's not, complete decision there, but.
Well, what I would do if I were you is whatever, we're gonna take a vote. Obviously, we're not gonna approve this door as being appropriate. We'll have a resolution. You go back to LPC and they may, even at the hearing, approve it with modification.
Yeah.
Right.
They do that,
Yeah, right.
No resolution.
sometimes we wish we were final, but we're not.
Hmm.
So we're only advisory. And, that doesn't prevent you from negotiating a solution with LPC. In fact, one of the things that I've done in my tenure on the board, and I work with our city council people, is trying to get a law passed that says if there are substantial modifications at LPC, that they should come back.
Come back to us.
But
but they don't.
but they don't, and we've never been able to get a bill out of committee. Even though, and not not minor. We've had projects where we've approved them and they've made massive modifications and we never see.
Right.
But anyway, that's at your,
Water under.
so that would be my suggestion is
Take our vote.
we'll take our vote. Our resolution will indicate why. And you go back and negotiate with them and. In the best of all worlds, you'll work out a solution.
Yeah.
From our point of view, that is more appropriate, or you'll get lucky and they'll
So then we'll
let you do that.
Okay, so why don't we?
Take a vote.
Yeah. About the resolution on the door is that it should be replaced with a more appropriate door.
Yeah, so.
Well, we're looking at this and we say,
Yeah, so the resolution, the resolution as front door is to disapprove.
Right.
Everybody?
The stoop is approved,
stoop is
Yeah.
approved,
Stoop, we approve the stoop,
we approved the,
we
back.
approve the, the
Right.
beam issue on the back,
right,
which you said is the most important. The most
yeah,
difficult to change.
right, and so we disapprove, so if we disapprove the door, then, I'm okay with that, I mean, I don't. I don't think
So what's our vote on the disapproval of the door?
Who's disapproved? Who's in favor of this?
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody. Okay.
Okay, and then you just, you take it from there,
right, okay.
take it from there and see what they want you to do.
Not that I have any good taste in that stuff, but there's a building or a couple of brownstones on, I think it's 83rd, but around the corner on Amsterdam with Scarlet and what's that dog restaurant?
Oh, the new, like, very expensive
Yes.
$25 cocktail, like,
Fred and.
Freddie. Fred,
What that, they did some ornamentation on the doors,
I remember that,
really very clever.
it's on the side streets, on
On
an.
the street and then on the street, on the street level, also the front doors.
Okay,
Very clever ornamentation.
that's the one with the kind of the swirly, on 83rd.
Around the corner at Fred, yeah, Fred's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He did a phenomenal job with the backyard also, you can see through like.
Right. Those are
metal,
two separate.
the ornamentations, they did very clever,
yeah,
very clever.
yeah, 83rd in Amsterdam, the building on the south.
Yes, the whole orange when you go to LBC, with different ideas, if you want.
Yeah,
Maybe older, it's not coming up.
yeah, it's, a glass, in the middle door, I think.
Oh, did a really clever job.
It worked. West of Amsterdam.
Oh, this is
They're
the
French building.
organic.
Yeah.
I did find it, there, I'll show you.
See with that, it's very
And I
clever.
got 3 landmarks.
Yeah, 200 West 83rd,
Why do I think we heard that?
We did.
and around
We did this a
the,
couple years ago. 3 years, 4 years, 3 years.
it's unobtrusive, but it accomplishes what.
And it's simple, it's modern, but, it worked into that.
Yeah,
Or they think it's solid.
very clever.
Remember that? Yeah,
And did you know that part on Amsterdam?
yeah, they had that thing on Amsterdam, just past the $25 cocktail. There, oh, my son, he took his girlfriend, and he was like,
Garlic.
Garland,
It's,
it's like a speakeasy.
Yeah. That's lovely. Okay. Is that right?
Thank you.
Thank you for your.
All right, thanks so much, good luck, good luck.
You
Good luck.
taught me something new, I'm gonna think about the angle of the.
Yeah,
I love
Yeah.
that.
yeah, I bet you,
You're an expert.
yeah.
And why not?
Why not? Yeah, we all learn along the way.
2 years of hard work.
Oh, my goodness, all right.
Experience.
Here. Has the door been painted when you bought it?
At the door, yes.
Not the
Oh,
door.
the,
Oh,
yes,
brick work.
it was already-
Well, it's a nice building. Somebody will snap it up and
Yeah.
settle this thing.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Take care.
I think it was a dessert place.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I never went. Where's the
Yeah. Why you didn't like?
I think I kept saying I'm gonna go and I never went.
But no,
All right, take care.
there were a lot of bakeries, then there were none, and now we have so many.
There's a new one opening up. I just went by on Broadway.
On Broadway in
What, for a
80
couple of years.
in 80.
Right, something.
Right.
If you wanna write a check, it's 10,960,000.
Sad that all those units were lost for one.
But
I don't know, we gotta.
I mean,
almost,
It's not what.
I know, we deal with that a lot. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, almost every brownstone renovation we see is.
Really?
From local.
I feel pretty strong when I saw it,
Like,
but that's just my opinion. Somebody else would walk right over.
I mean, it
I
seems
bet
that they
it
made
did.
the metal thinner so you get more glass. I
Yeah.
probably wanna get more light in.
Right,
So it's on.
same as a safety, because we did,
Yeah.
as he said, we made them take the metal fence down, and that's a form of protection. So
So I think it's for like the quality of light, like it's really nice to get all that light through the door. That's
It is.
that is
Couple
true,
of
because there's a
doors
taller
down.
building next to it. and-
Yeah.
This is super modern one that's really beautiful.
You like that?
I like
do
it.
not.
Oh, I like it. I agree with you. I think
Which building?
It's a couple
it's
of
got these
doors
wood
that
slats.
you-
I just like that it's so different. It's not trying.
The bottom is very plain.
Is that the one on Columbus?
No, it's a couple down from, whatever.
That's from this building.
Between Broadway and West End.
It's we're closer to Broadway, closer to Broadway.
And West End. I don't know.
Oh, no,
I think,
Broadway and West End.
this building is between Broadway and West End.
right,
No,
same block.
same block.
Further down.
It's two down, it's right next door. One over. How did they get that through? Was there,
Before the-
was it empty?
Before the area was landlocked.
Yeah, this is, because this was,
There are a couple like, there's one up at like 103rd Street, and it's like that also.
Is that right?
so West End,
Modern,
this
but
was the
very
first
modern,
West End
spectacular.
historic
Where?
district, and then they had two extensions, right?
Yeah, they, two, yeah.
Two extensions,
Could be just at the back side.
because our house wasn't, that wasn't.
But I'll know it when I see it. 'Cause it's
Uh,
modern.
Till
Very
about
wide.
4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't like that building, the slats. And I,
Oh, there you go.
the building on.
Well, you already
Columbus-
admitted to it, you don't have any taste.
That's right.
Yeah.
The building on Columbus with the slats, you
Yeah.
know that? That's, the
That's not,
building that Peter designed.
no,
No.
the building that Peter designed was the one that was torn down.
Oh, really?
That's hard.
So that building has, that's,
Peter was very offended because of the
where's,
category that they have at landmarks. Oh, I forget what the phrase is, but it's of no contributory.
Yeah.
Whatever, they have a particular place,
Yeah,
basically saying,
no style or something,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
really
that's-
offensive.
It's hard to get architects to tell you.
Architects, and they said, well, we have to be ready for his criticism.
I don't keep anybody. Almost the first, when I first got on this committee, which is a long time. My first meeting, one of the presenting architects was Peter.
Okay.
And what he was presenting was a backyard, rear yard extension to the Columbia Grammar School.
Yeah.
And the school consisted of 5 brownstones.
On 95th?
91st,
Oh, in the beginning.
and his design, pure glass, across the entire back 5 stories.
Five stories, 5 buildings.
So,
This building.
Did he have
What year?
well, my first year on the board was 2009. So he presented it, and I had just gotten on the board and got my unschooled conception of preservation was replication.
Mhm.
Right.
that it's true. And so I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But Jenny, I don't remember whether we approved it. The committee approved it or not, but after the meeting, I spoke to Peter. And he said there was an exhibition at NYU, I think. They have an architectural institution affiliated with NYU on modern design in historic district. And he said I should go, which I did. I spent some time. It gave me a whole new
Yeah,
perspective, and then I learned dealing with LC on rooftop additions and that they prefer modern rooftop addition so that it delineates between the old and new. So I got all that
Yeah.
education from it. My view of these things changed dramatically. Not that some of them I still don't like. No, but you know, now it depends, but.
But you don't cross it off.
even on the school then, because there are some architects, there are some preservationists, strict preservationists. that
Yeah.
Replaced with the exact.
And we're
thing.
still, I mean, we're still like. When we first got the proposal to add a penthouse addition to the App Store,
Yeah,
and it was done in a traditional way, the entire architectural community was up in arms because it's an individual landmark.
Right.
And when we finally came to a vote,
Is it okay if Jessie stops the recording?
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
The meeting's concluded.
Yeah.
and we're just chatting.
When we finally voted at full board, there were only two of us voted in favor of it. Me and Tom, the two or more, who, you know, was very active in.
Right.
stuff. And oh, I got dirty looks from the Landmark West people.
That's sort of.
And that was a design in keeping with the building. With arches.
Right.
and- But they just resented changing this.
Yeah. That also happened when they wanted to remove put those lights on the ground.
Oh, the afro?
Outside from the sidewalk.
Yeah.
The cellar, they're covering the cellar.
They're called sidewalk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works clear to the side.
Right.
Yeah.
They
wanted to
all
remove
had that
those.
little glass
Yeah,
round.
Yeah, little round.
Yeah, you see, like Soho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of
They're
cool.
much,
in the neighborhood.
much more common.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Are they, did they take them out in the app store?
They did.
They-
Oh, maybe that's why.
Oh,
They're very, very scarce on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, you know.
They're very common in Soho,
Yeah,
parts of the West.
Miriam was saying
Yeah,
that,
you
yeah.
do.
Anyway,
So,
Yeah,
so that's that.
that's that. I'll do a resolution.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we could really use your.
It would be nice.
Yeah. If there had been an architect here, because at the beginning, at the full board meeting, there was an architect who spoke against our decision, and if we had known then, but he told us at the big meeting, we would not have voted that way, because we were just ignorant.
Let me go back to that building slats. You like the one on whatever.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant in structural thing. Yeah, I
No,
learned
no,
why.
I learned the slats move depending on what kind of, yeah. That's very exciting.
Which one's Barnes?
Yeah, I learned that.
That's what
That's what I learned.
I remember that from the.
Oh, it's gone now. The Columbus. one.
No, that's the new structure.
They
Okay.
actually.
Because at first, when I saw those slats, I thought, perfect nesting sites for pigeons. And then I never saw pigeons on them, and then I learned that they move.
The pigeons don't like modern architecture.
Yeah, I guess not.
They really,
They
like-
love me.
yeah, they love my house, yeah.
They love-
Very,
Yeah, hawk, that's what you need.
yeah, we have a nesting pair of falcons.
In your,
And so we have in the tower at 86 West Ave.
Is air now?
Well, they've been there, they keep returning and they have pledge links every.
I don't think so.
It says recording.
Oh, Jeff.
Maybe it's not being posted to YouTube.
Recording on, okay.
You turn that one off, you just have to press that little button now, like that.
Are we
No,
done?
that one?
We're done.
Okay.
Sorry. I told you that.